children. I hope you are following the videos, and very few of them are sending the homeworks. I want everyone of the 10th standard, 10th A, B and C, state syllabus students as well as the ICSE students, everyone should send the homework. Everyone should do the homework and send the homework to my personal number. Okay? I hope everybody will do that. So with regards of excretory system, today we are going to discuss about the internal structure of the kidney as well as the kidney tubules, the nephrons, so structure of the nephrons. These 2 points we are going to discuss today. These 2 topics we are going to discuss today. First of all, the internal structure of kidney. Internal structure of kidney. With regards of this topic, we are going to discuss about the complete the internal structure, how the internal structure is designed in the kidney, that we are going to discuss. Let us. With regards of internal structure of kidney, that means when you take a kidney, if you cut longitudinally, vertically, you might be seeing this type of structures, and the total structure of the kidney has been divided into 2 major parts: the outer cortex and inner medulla. Outer cortex and inner medulla, these are the 2 major parts that kidney is having inside, internally. Then outer cortex is a dark red in color, and appeared dotted appearance will be there. Dots you can see here, dotted appearance. This dotted appearance of the kidney, external kidney, that means a cortex of the kidney, is because of the, it is also a renal cortex. You can say that renal cortex as well as the renal medulla. The renal cortex, which is dark red in color, and it is dotted appearance. It is completely dotted appearance. Why this dotted appearance is presented is it is appearing like a dots, means in this renal cortex the 3 parts of nephrons will be presented there. That is, one is Bowman's capsule. We will discuss what is the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule, PCT and DCT. They are the three major structures of the nephron are presented in the renal cortex of the kidney and giving dotted appearance for the renal cortex. And the next one, that is loop of Henle, and collecting tube. These two are presented in the medulla of the kidney, the renal medulla of the kidney. So it is a striped appearance. It is like a striped appearance, and also it is a light red color, complete red color. Okay, the renal cortex is a dark red color, dotted appearance. The dark red color and dotted appearance is because of the presence of Bowman's capsule, PCT and DCT of the nephrons are situated or located in the renal cortex of the kidney. And whereas the renal medulla is a light red in color, so, and also it is like a striped appearance, like lines are presented here, striped appearance. It is like a striped appearance like this, in this way. So this striped appearance is because of the presence of loop of Henle as well as collecting tubule. The CT means collecting tubule. Because of the presence of this collecting tubule as well as the loop of Henle, the inner portion of the kidney, the medullary portion of the kidney, that is renal medulla, is a light color or light red color, and striped appearance will be there. Means it looks like stripes are presented there in the medulla, and all these stripes are projected towards the pelvis, the large broad portion which is presented here in front of the kidney. This is called as a renal pelvis. Through which the blood vessels will be entered into the kidney, and blood vessels will be coming out from the kidney. Okay, that is the renal pelvis, and also it is a broad part of the ureter. The broad part of the ureter. Okay, and the stripes are bunched. Forms like a structure called as pyramids. And all these pyramids are bunched, each one, and projected towards the renal pelvis. This area is called as papilla. And between the papilla, there is a extension of the cortex. Okay, and this is the internal structure of the kidney completely. And the functioning of the kidney as well as the structure of the kidney is completely depend upon a structure that is presented in the kidney, that is called as nephron. Nephrons are the structural as well as the functional units of the kidney, and nearly 1 million of nephrons are presented in each kidney. Totally 2 millions of nephrons are presented. 2 millions of nephrons are presented in each kidney. Okay, totally 2 millions of nephrons are presented in each kidney. 1 million of nephrons will be presented approximately. Okay, and these nephrons are 6 centimeters in length, highly coiled nephrons. So this gives the more surface area for the reabsorption of the water. Okay, understand? And these kidneys are presented the parts of the kidney, Bowman's capsule, PCT as well as the DCT, these three are presented in the cortex of the kidney, as well as the loop of Henle as well as the CT are presented in the middle of the kidney, and all the CT, all the collecting tubules are opened into the pelvis, So after the filtration of the blood, the urine what is produced, what is formed, that is poured directly into the pelvis, renal pelvis by these collecting tubules. So the urine will be passed along with the ureter and moves towards the urinary bladder. There it is preserved for temporarily, and once the bladder is completely filled with the urine and will get the sensation of urination, immediately the muscular sphincter what is presented at the base of this urinary bladder will be dilated, means relaxed. Because of that, the urine is entered into the urethra, and through urethra it will be expelled out. Okay, so let us learn about the internal structure of the nephron. This is the structure of the nephron. This type of nephrons, nearly 1 million nephrons are presented in each kidney. The total structure of the kidney is depend upon the nephrons. These nephrons are also called as uriniferous tubules. These nephrons are also called as uriniferous tubules, and also we can say simply kidney tubules, or we can say nephrons. Okay, these are the completely nearly 2 lakhs of nephrons are presented in the kidneys totally, approximately. Okay, and these nephrons you might be finding that the structure of these nephrons, you might be finding that a C-shaped cup-like structure. C-shaped cup-like structure is presented here. This is called as Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. Inside the Bowman's capsule, there is a network of blood vessels will be presented there. Network of blood vessels will be presented. This network of blood vessels is called as glomerulus. And the total filtration of the blood is taking place in the nephron, in the glomerulus only. After the filtration of this nephrons, the blood, the waste which is produced, which is filtered completely from the blood, that is enter into the long convoluted tubule which is attached to the Bowman's capsule, This is called as PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule, that is PCT. Okay, it is completely attached to the Bowman's capsule. It is very near. Proximal means nearer. Proximal means nearer to the Bowman's capsule. So it is called as proximal convoluted. It is convoluted completely. Convoluted tubule. And this filtrate, what is filtered from the glomerulus, it will be enter into the proximal convoluted tubule and moves towards the a tube-like structure which is like a hairpin, U-shaped tube-like structure will be presented here. This is called as loop of Henle. Loop of Henle. So the filtrate will be enter into this U-shaped tube-like structure which is very much thin and straight lines. Okay, and this is called loop of Henle, and it has the two arms, two hands are presented there. This is a downwards hand and this is the upwards hand. Okay, ascending as well as the descending hand. And this is two hands are combined with a U-shaped link is called as loop of Henle. And this loop of Henle is attached to the one more convoluted tubule which is away from the Bowman's capsule. Which is away from the Bowman's capsule. This is called as DCT, distal convoluted tubule. Distal means away from the Bowman's capsule. Okay. So this the filtrate will be entered into the DCT and enters into the long tube-like structure which is open into the renal pelvis. Open into the renal pelvis. Here you can see here renal pelvis, and this is called as CT. That means collecting tubule. So the glomerulus, once again, the glomerulus filters the blood and the filtrate will be enter into the PCT and travel along with the PCT and enters into this loop of Henle. From here it is moved towards the distal convoluted tubule and enters into the collecting tubule. And this collecting tubule will open into the renal pelvis, and then the renal it is pouring the urine which is formed there into the renal pelvis, and the renal pelvis will carry that to the ureter, and the ureter will carry towards the urinary bladder. Okay, and here you might be seeing Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus together called as Malpighian tubule. Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus together called as Malpighian tubule. Okay, and this glomerulus is the major structure in this nephron completely, where blood is filtered. Remember, blood is filtered in the kidney. Blood is purified in the lungs. This is very important. Remember this. Okay, blood is purified in the kidney, and the blood is filtered. Blood is purified in the lungs, and the blood is purified in filtered in the kidney. Okay. Once again, blood is purified in the lungs and the blood is filtered in the kidney. Okay, in the kidney, nearly 2 lakhs of nephrons are presented there, and these nephrons are the structural and functional units of the kidney, because the total structure of the kidney, that means the renal cortex is having the Bowman's capsule, PCT and DCT are presented in the renal cortex. So they gave the dotted appearance to the kidney, the outer renal cortex. It is a dark red in color, and inner medulla is having that loop of Henle and the collecting tubule. These two are presented in the renal medulla and gives striped appearance. And the renal medulla is the light colored structure. Okay, and the Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus is together called as Malpighian tubule. Okay, and here one blood vessel is entering into this. One blood vessel is entering and one blood vessel is coming out of the kidney, that glomerulus. One blood vessel that is entering into the blood, entering into this Bowman's capsule is called as afferent arteriole. What is that? Afferent arteriole. And the blood vessel which is going away from the Bowman's capsule, that is called as efferent arteriole. Here efferent means to bring. Efferent arteriole means take away. So let us learn about these blood vessels now. So the blood vessels that are entering into the blood, entering into the kidney, and the blood vessels that are entering into the kidney and going away from the kidney. Two types of blood vessels. That is, one is afferent blood vessel, afferent arteriole. Another one is efferent arteriole. Actually, before teaching of this internal structure, I already told you, renal artery will bring the blood to the kidney, and the renal vein will take the blood from the kidney. Okay, so the renal artery, which is bringing the blood to the kidney, that will be branched and branched and branched and branched, become arterioles. The renal artery branched and formed the arterioles, and these arterioles are again become the fine tubule like structures, capillary like structures called as afferent arterioles. Afferent arterioles. These afferent arterioles are enter into the Bowman's capsule, will take the blood and enter into the Bowman's capsule and form the network of blood vessels there. That network of blood vessels is called as knot-like structure, not KNOT, knot-like structure. The network of blood vessels will be formed, that is called as glomerulus. Okay, and the blood is filtered in the glomerulus, and after the separation of the waste material from the blood, that is enter into the arterioles. Those are called as efferent arterioles, which take away blood from the kidney. Efferent arterioles. And these efferent arterioles will merge together, form as venule. That is called as vasa recta, venule. And this venule again merge together, form the renal vein. And this renal will take the blood to the superior vena cava, or inferior vena cava, and pour the blood into the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava, that we will discuss already in the heart. The superior vena cava, it is the blood vessel which bring the blood to the heart from the upper parts of the body. Inferior vena cava is the blood vessel which bring the blood to the heart from the lower parts of the body. So this renal vein will be attached to the pulmonary, attached to the inferior vena cava, or we can say posterior vena cava. Okay, enter and mix with the posterior vena cava, or what we say that inferior vena cava. inferior vena cava, and this renal vein pour the blood into the inferior vena cava, and this inferior vena cava opened into the right auricle of the heart, and from that the blood is moved towards the right ventricle, and when the right ventricle is contracted, the blood is entering into the pulmonary artery, and pulmonary artery will take the blood to the lungs. There the blood is purified, means carbon dioxide will be removed and oxygen will be mixed, and that oxygenated blood is brought by pulmonary veins and enter into the left auricle and move to the left ventricle and move into the aorta and supply to all the body parts. This is the structure of kidney. In this way the blood will be filtered, and tomorrow next video will discuss about the how this urine formation takes place, what steps are involved in the formation of the urine, and what is the components are present, what are the components are presented in the urine, what is the taste of the urine. These all we are going to discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you. I hope everybody will follow the videos and write the important points which are related in the video. Okay, thank you very much.